Your own understanding. Truth under Babylon's empiricism. What up? Real quick. Earlier this week, we had the red sun and the red moon tied to the ritual. Now, I said before, and I say it many, many times in my channels, about the results of what their agendized process leading to augmented reality entails. I explain this in most of my videos that I've been putting up. Obviously, the platform doesn't want information like that to be revealed to many people, so they keep it very small area for channels like mine in the algorithm. So anyway, so yes, we had the rituals that manifested the red sun and the red moon, both independently in the sky. In our recent history, we've been noticing the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time. This day, we had the independent red sun and the independent red moon. Both took their places at their time and spaces. So after that, we get the phenomena of the smoke. They call smoke coming from Canada, yada yada yada. Upper East. You get New York, Jersey, Pennsylvania, and all them, whatever, all engulfed in smoke. What they said was smoke. Um, Speaking to a friend of mine, other ideas have come into light. Um, Magnetic microfibers being distributed into the atmosphere for the purpose of supporting augmented reality. So at a point, the microfibers will be absorbed back into the atmosphere to be used as clouds, what they call clouds. And these clouds are going to be distribution systems. The magnetism with the electromagnetic areas of our sky were going to be used for information frequencies transfer, line of sight below. This is going to be maintained with different types of energies, nuclear energy and such. I explained how we have problem reaction solution going on in order to justify nuclear activity, radioactive activity. And by the way, you're surrounded by radioactivity, electromagnetic energy all day, every day. Since the early 1900s, you've just been being microdosed, and then as the modern age builds, you get even more dosage between obviously you got the landlines and the microwaves and all the devices and such, everything, but that's another conversation. Let's talk about what we're experiencing recently here with the manipulation of the atmosphere. Um, it's radioactive. So it's a distribution system. It will be used for maintaining the metaverse with augmented reality being in your immediate reality, and to be able to maintain all the devices, like all the drones that are going to be here for production, for distribution, for surveillance, for security, for policing, drones everywhere, autonomous vehicles. All this has to have a support system, a network of energy that can maintain this process. So these things don't have to go to individual places to charge and stuff like that. It has to be ongoing, continuous, production. Things that humans can't do. So your labor is no longer necessary. However, your energy is always needed and always necessary. Your labor, not so much anymore, thanks to our participation in the witchcraft and the sorcery, which built our digital prison. So now here we are. Um, and unfortunately, this is what we have to dig ourselves out from, which is, in every sense of the word, impossible at this point. It has to be something drastic to get us out of this. And this is our reality. These are this is our reality that we subscribe to by our complacency. And this is what we get. This is exactly what we get. And until we realize that there is no such thing as racists, only racers in an economic game of death. That's it. And every ethnic group are the affiliated teams. And so when you get competition, of course you're going to have conflict. That's where all the prejudice comes in. That's where all the, everyone ganging up on individuals or groups because of this type of race hunger game that we're all in. We've been in for damn near ever, but we just don't see it. And we don't see the war that's being waged. against citizenship as a whole, and certain groups within that citizenship to get the brunt of it all because it's all built off the genetic reference to the flower of life that describes us all. And the extra dimensions of intelligence that can be explored with a collective, cohesive mind state for humanity is all being separated and being exploited by, you know, Satan, the ideology of Satan. I'm not talking about a devil horn Baphomet looking dude. I'm talking about Satan, the energy that Satan holds, the energy that is Satan. You're being held to this protocol by witchcraft and sorcery. We're being held to Satanism using witchcraft and sorcery. What is witchcraft and sorcery? Well, you basically have the all the different areas of systematic mind control, legislation, bureaucracy, democracy, any other ocracies and asaloposes that you can come up with. And this is what it is, just explained through these things we call words to get you to consider. Considerations is what takes away self-preservation. Once you have other considerations outside self-preservation, then your principles just go to the wayside and you start to allow anything to happen to you. Complacency. I speak about that also. This is very, very serious, folks. If you really don't understand what you are living in, what you are living about, what you are living through, it's Satanism. Point blank. Every aspect of it is Satanism. Every structure, organization, everything that is allowed to happen as far as mining for human energy is based in Satanism. Every single thing promotes separation. It's Satanism. The idea to divide and conquer is Satanism. And you use witchcraft and sorcery to enchant and convince and enchant. You convince someone that this is an idea for consideration, then you enchant them with materialism and devices and things that just sparkle and colorful things that just take your mood to different places. Things that we can all do ourselves amongst each other. But instead, synthetic, sentient, algorithmic processes of inhuman nature is what we decide we want to be affiliated with. All the practices of Satan is what we perform here. Everything is Satanism. So you can argue about communism, capitalism, da 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 da. It's all Satanism. But it's all division. And why would you want to divide something that's cohesive and true? Because you're a liar. Satanism. And I want everyone to please grow up, wake up, and look at that and understand that you are praising Satan. You're waiting for Satan. You're praying to Satan. And I'm saying this because it's true. I don't want you to not have a relationship with the Creator. I really don't want you to have a relationship with Satan, which you have been having all of your life. No one's going to tell you this because no one knows. And if whoever does know, they don't want you to know. It's all Satanism. Every single fucking part of it. And I had to add that little effing to it because it's only one in the algorithm. I'm pretty sure it's not going to do too much worse than what I'm saying anyway. Please, human beings, man, they're coming at us from all angles. Citizenship, they're coming at us from all angles. The corporate military industrial complex does not care about your emotions, your feelings, how you feel like humanity should be, what's good, what's right, what's wrong. They don't give a damn. They're here for energy mining. All types of energy. Whatever elemental process they can begin to extract energy from, to tie information to it, so they can have these different systems of extra dimension intelligence that you will never ever be able to be privy to. So all of these things are real and true and right in your backyard and in your front yard and in your face. And if you decide you want to keep on sipping from the rivers of denial, that's what we do. But you can't sit here and cry about things this is that, and this is this. Banks are stealing from us, merchants are stealing from us, everybody's stealing from you because this is the process now, because they want you to be away from the idea of how it used to be, the old republic that ended in 2016, how it used to be, to this new social monetization system. So they're going to be basically monitoring you through a means of social aptitude, how you maneuver, how you think, how you reference, and they're going to give you a credit score on based on that. And that's what's going to determine whether you can eat or not, literally. So I mean, this is what you want and you don't care, by all means, just keep on. Spend your money on dumb shit. The money itself is witchcraft. I mean, I can go on forever and ever and ever describing to you exactly the difference between witchcraft and sorcery and Satanism. Um, they're all hand in hand, but of course you have a foundation and you have the protocols. And this, if you don't understand this, you'll never get it. If you think like a human trying to understand this, you will never get it. It's not a human thing. It's not a human system. It's not a human program. The program is there to convince and coerce you into doing things that you would normally not do. Um, so I'm going to end this now because I'm, like I said, tired of talking. These things are so obvious. I don't see how you can't get it. You have witches and warlocks here. You don't have men and women, you have witches and warlocks. They basically create the parameters for the bitches and fools to fight amongst each other. You have witches and warlocks that cook bitches and fools. Basically cook them. Get them to boiling and bubbling and just acting crazy and stupid and erratic. While they sit back and they enjoy all the magic. The results, the fruits of holding information away from everybody. It's all information. This world, this dimension of intelligence and other dimensions of intelligence is all based in communications. All based in communications, vibratory spaces and resonance that basically transfers information. All this shit is based in communications. Every single thing. So once you understand that, then you can start understanding why information is used the way it's being used. Why media is the medium between the living and the dead. If you don't understand this, then you will never get it. Why everything is so, seems like in media is so negative, because that's the process when you're dealing with the dead. The living doesn't deal with the dead, they handle the dead. And they handle them through information. So, all right, I'm done. Listen or not, you're going to be stuck in one spot. It's going to get real, real hot.